How's it going, you guys? AZPlyo21 back again with another episode of our UFC save in WMMA 5, and today we've got UFC Fight Night Covington versus DIAZ. Got Colby Chaos Covington in real life coming off a big win over Jorge Masvidal as he takes on Nate Diaz. Should be a pretty good one. Nate Diaz has been around forever, and he's on a 3-fight winning streak in game, so it's not like he's been a bum or anything like that. Like, he's winning fights. Colby Chaos Covington, on the other hand, 3-fight losing streak. Had a title fight against GSP, lost it, and then beat Rory McDonald, beat Warley Alves, lost to Kamaru, lost to Moicano, 29-28. Very weird fight, that one. And then lost to Ismail Naurdiev, got knocked out, as a matter of fact. And this is October. He's been out for like 8 months. So a big fight, this one against Nate Diaz. He is in desperate need of a win. Our next card is going to be UFC 298 Super Lightweight Grand Prix Finals. It is going to be the championship for our new Super Lightweight division. Kevin Lee versus AJ McKee to decide the winner and the inaugural UFC Super Lightweight champion. That should be pretty fun. Also got Darren Till, Kevin Gastelum for the middleweight title, Ismail Naurdiev and Warley Alves for the welterweight title, and Carlos Diego Fajeda and Eddie Alvarez for the lightweight championship. That should be fun. But let's get into this one. Covington versus Diaz coming your way. Appreciate you guys, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, link is down in the description below. Get in on the chat. Good times. Show taking place in Illinois. We'll just say Chicago for the sake of it. And we are underway. Let's get started with our first prelim. Jack Tank Shore taking on Kyu Sung Kim in the bantamweight division, and it is Sung Kim getting the win. He is now 3-0 in his UFC career. Davey Grant, Odie Osborne, and now a win over Jack Tank Shore. Moving along, TJ Laramie taking on Jung Young Lee in the featherweight division. Couple young guys going at it here, and it's TJ Laramie getting the win here today. He's now 5-1 in his UFC career. Only loss coming to the Korean super kid Do Hoi Choi. Really doesn't like those South Koreans. He's fought twice. He's fought 2 of them now at this point. Moving along, Joshua Kulabau taking on Richie Smullen in the featherweight division, and it's Kulabau, the underdog, getting a win here via TKO in round number 2. He's now 8-4, 3-4 in the UFC, and likely keeps his job after that one. Daniel Torres taking on Tyler Diamond. Diamond, a big prospect. He has lost against Julio Cesar Neves, coming off win over Gilbert Melendez, taking on another prospect in Daniel Torres, and it's Torres who gets the submission victory here today. He's now 4-1 in his UFC career and on a 4-fight winning streak. Praises Diamond for a tough fight. Attila Korkmaz taking on Billy Quarantillo. Korkmaz in the 145 division. Quarantillo as well. He's 18-3, a little bit more experience on Korkmaz's side, but it's Quarantillo who gets the submission victory in round 2. 7-1 now in his UFC career, and he is on a 6-fight winning streak. How is he not ranked? Interesting how he is not ranked. Charles Air Jourdain taking on Jamie Malarkey. I saw Jamie Malarkey fight and lose to Jalen Turner this past weekend, I believe, to Jalen Turner. And Malarkey gets a submission victory here in round 2. 5-4 in his UFC career, and having himself a good old time. Alex the Executioner Reyes taking on Ilya Kurzanov. Kurzanov trying to avoid his 10th win of his career, and he cannot. Alex Reyes getting the knockout win in round number 1, and he has won 6 out of his last 7 fights. Alex Munoz taking on Maxim Divnich in the lightweight division, and Munoz gets a knockout in 19 seconds. That is incredible. He got himself $100,000 just now. Mateus Lagiers. Oh, never mind. Thought there was something else. But Devontae Smith taking on G.A. Bin. Devontae Smith lost this past weekend, and he loses here. G.A. Bin getting a big win. That rhymed. He's now 3-1 in the UFC. Justin Buff Willis taking on Ruslan Magomedov in the heavyweight division. Willis 13-7, Magomedov 19-4, and it is Willis getting the TKO victory in round number 1. He's now even 500 for his UFC career. He's won 4 out of his last 5 fights. All right, Felicia Spencer taking on Leslie Smith in our first main card fight of the night. Leslie Smith, coming in from Invicta, has not had a good time. Lost to Larissa Pacheco, and that is it. Felicia Spencer, 8-4 in the UFC, coming off consecutive losses to Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm after she beat Megan Anderson for the interim featherweight title. And it is Spencer with the TKO victory in round 1 over Leslie Smith. Would not be surprised if Leslie Smith retired here. She does. Liana Jojua taking on Jermaine Durandamy in the bantamweight division. Jojua has fought for her title, right? Yeah, she lost to Juliana Pena. Win over Macedo, and then losing to Aspen Ladd as well. Durandamy has fought for the title a couple times throughout her career. Losing to Amanda Nunes. Lost to Sarah Kaufman, but it was a no contest. And then lost to Sinead Kavanaugh. Back in the bantamweight division, and Jojua submits GDR in round number 1. Elias Theodoru moving on to fight against Toyoshige Hidaka. Theodoru has fought for the title recently against Darren Till. Lost to the Rafael Lovato Jr. immediately after that. Taking on Hidaka, who's 2-0 in the UFC. Wins against Brendan Leeser and David Branch. A big step up in competition, but he is the favorite, and Hidaka does get the unanimous decision victory over Theodoru and should shoot up the rankings. And he's claiming that Kitchigan is ducking him. Luke Rockhold taking on Ryan Darth Bader. A couple of veterans going at it here in 2023. Bader coming off a loss to Tyson Pedro, who's had a very weird surge in popularity and his quality of fights. And Luke Rockhold, 500 now in the UFC. He's lost 4 out of his last 5, coming off losses to Dominic Reyes and Vadim Nemkov. One of these two has to lose, and it is going to be Ryan Bader. Luke Rockhold gets the win in a minute and a half into round number 1. Alexander the Great Hernandez taking on Rustam Khabilov in the lightweight division. Khabilov, number 18, coming off a win over Jay Herbert. On the other hand, Alexander Hernandez coming off 2 straight wins, Alex Reyes and Sage Northcutt. And it's Alexander Hernandez getting the win despite no fight team via split decision, so a very close one. And we have arrived at our main event of the evening. Colby Chaos Covington taking on Nate Diaz in the welterweight division, now at 175. Covington an inch shorter, and Covington, like I mentioned, coming off 3 straight losses. Nate Diaz on the other side, coming off consecutive wins over Chiesa, Brunson, and MVP Michael Page. So Nate Diaz could be going for a title shot pretty soon. Interesting. As we get our main events underway. Josh Rosenthal, your referee. Nate Diaz, as always, a fan favorite. No glove touch. Both these guys must not like each other. Covington going in the clinch. Diaz isn't going anywhere, though. Diaz can't get Covington to the ground. Forced to pull her guard is Covington. Diaz might submit him here. Covington. Diaz ends up in half guard. Diaz takes initiative. Right hook to the ribs. Colby looking for the takedown, and he gets it. Not much going on as round 1 comes to an end, and we'll see. They have Diaz ahead on the scorecard in that one. Left jab. Diaz coming in. Looking to attack his Diaz. Wide hook to the body. Covington going for another takedown. He gets it. Diaz pulls guard. Covington smothers Diaz. Halfway through round 2 already. Clock is running out as he is on top. 60 seconds left to go. They bring him back to the feet, and Colby Chaos Covington is up by... What? How did they give it to Diaz? Surely that was Colby's round if he was on top the whole round. That's weird. Covington coming in for the takedown, and he gets it. Diaz has not stopped a single takedown in this fight. Covington keeping him guessing. Rubber guard, second half of the 3rd round as we look to get into the championship rounds here in our main event. Once again, Colby Chaos Covington coming off 3 straight losses, looking to get a win over Nate Diaz. Both these guys getting up there in age. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when, you know, the generated fighters, you know, come up and, like, who's going to take out the old guard kind of thing, you know. I mean, we already have some prospects that are becoming champions and whatnot, but I'm talking about, like, years down the line. That's what I always like to see. Covington, again, gets the takedown here in round 4. Surprised to see that the judges are not going for Covington because, in my eyes, I feel like he's winning the fight. Diaz starting to breathe a little heavy here in the 4th round, which is surprising. Covington's been cut above the eye, which is surprising because I know Diaz runs like 4Ks, 5Ks, and stuff like that. Diaz backed up against the cage. Round 4 expires. Bit of a yawner of a round that went to Covington. They think Covington needs a finish. I thought he was winning the fight, but we're going to have to see. Unless Diaz has just been like jabbing him to oblivion or something like that. Jab. Diaz looking to strike in the 5th and final round. Nearly halfway through round number 5, the 5th and final round. Takedown attempt from Covington, and he gets it again, pulls guard. Covington smothering him. 2 minutes left to go in the fight. 1 minute remaining now. Covington is just running out the clock. He thinks he might have won the fight, and that is going to do it. Covington ends up on top to end the fight. They say it went to Diaz. The judges have been given their scores, which are about to be announced. Ooh. After 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Alfie Baugh scores the contest 49-47, Covington. Easton Rimmer scores the contest 48-47, Diaz. And Lane Hall scores the contest 48-47 for your winner by split decision, Nate Diaz. Fight was rated as being average. You can attribute that to Colby Covington. Nate Diaz wins in our main event. He thinks it should have been a unanimous decision. Charismatic performance from a very good talker. Nearly 5,000 people came to witness it in Illinois. Overall, critically not a very good show. Popularity unchanged. Let's see who gets $100,000. Did we have any fantastic fights? We did not. Any great fights? A lot of them. That ended in knockouts. We'll give it to Quarantillo and Korkmaz. And as for bonuses, let's see. First round finish. Wasn't there a guy? Yeah, 19 seconds. Alex Munoz. And G.A. Ben. There we go. Fight of the night. There we go. All right. Congrats. They get $100,000. Top paid fighter was Nate Diaz, followed by Ryan Bader, G.A. Ben, and then Billy Quarantillo. Small little profit, but it does not matter. The next time I see you guys will be for the Super Lightweight Grand Prix Finals. It is going to be a big pay-per-view. Can't wait to see you guys there. I'm AZPlow21. You guys have a good one.